banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
I think it's fair to say that was one of the craziest divisional rounds that we've ever seen in the past 10 to even 15 years. I mean, every single game felt like it was close at some point. Every single game had a lot going on. It felt like every game was extremely entertaining. And I think it's safe to say at this point that this is the most entertaining, if anything, playoffs that we've seen in this century. I mean, this is just insane what's going on. So, starting off, we're going to go over the Rams and Bears game and kind of just do a quick recap of that before we get into the championship predictions. Matthew Stafford against a very questionable Bears defense didn't play great. The weather, however, was definitely a factor with these box score stats. Matthew Stafford only completed 47.6% of his passes, threw for 258 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So not a horrible game, but by Matthew Stafford standards, it definitely wasn't his best, especially with an MVP-type season. You'd expect a little bit more out of your starting quarterback. Again, though, the conditions weren't great. It was snowing all game, so I don't blame him a lot for this stat line that he had during this game. But again, he definitely could have played better in this one. Kyren Williams had 21 rushes for 87 yards for a 4.1 average and 2 touchdowns. So solid game from Kyren. I mean, shout out Caleb Williams, man. I think I'm just going to let this clip speak for itself.
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. He got it! For the touchdown! They've done it again! Unbelievable!
Also, I love Chris Collinsworth, little chuckle at the end there. It sounds like he's about to say Caleb Williams looked a little Mahomey. That was probably the best play I have ever seen live on my TV. I mean, when he got back to like the 30, 35-yard line, I thought that the game was just over. I mean, 4th and 4 inside the 10, you're not scrambling. Like when you see your quarterback scramble back, and I mean, I think Bears fans thought the same thing as well. When you see your quarterback scrambling that far back and you only need 4 yards, so now you have to throw the ball like 35 yards for a 4th and 4 just to even get the first down. I mean, so like that, when he just threw it up. By the way, I mean, great separation by Cole Kmet to even give Caleb Williams a chance at completing that ball. Dude, it was just insane. I really thought that game was over, and Caleb Williams just showed us some magic in the Windy City. So that was just awesome to see. But, in the Seahawks game, going over to that one, this is just pure domination. I mean, I think everyone knew going into this one that the Niners weren't going to be able to stand much of a chance with how injured they were. And Sam Darnold just absolutely tore apart this Niners defense. And there was a throw that he had in this game. I think it was around the third quarter. I mean, he laced the ball perfectly between like 2 defenders or 2 or even 3 defenders. I can't remember what it was, but I remember being really impressed by that throw. And Kenneth Walker also had a great game in this one. He had 19 attempts for 116 yards, which comes out to a 6.1 average per rush, and 3 touchdowns. Now, you did lose Zach Charbonnet in this one. He will be out for the remaining of the season and maybe even a part of next year. So that is going to hurt the Seahawks offense, but not to a degree where I think that it's going to make that much of a difference in this NFC Championship game. Now, that being said, I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one. I mean, in my opinion, this game is going to come down to whether Sam Darnold can rise to the occasion. In 2 games against the Los Angeles Rams this year, he has 275 passing yards per game, a 65% completions percentage, and a 2-to-6 touchdown to interception ratio. So definitely not great for, in the nicest way possible for Sam Darnold there. But, I mean, this game is going to come down to how he plays. I'm a firm believer in that. Again, like I said last week, the Rams don't have a great defense. I mean, they're exactly mid. They're not exactly mid, but they're very mid. They're ranked 17 regular season, by the way. They were ranked 17th in major defensive categories. The Seahawks have a top 5 defense. I mean, you could argue 2 or 3. Easily 1 remaining. Like they're the best defense remaining in the playoffs. So I like that going for them. Puka Puka and Devontae Adams are obviously going to create problems for that Seahawks defense. That's a given, and I mean they're going to be able to make plays. But when it's all said and done, I trust Seattle's run game to get going. I trust JSN and to get going as well against this not great Rams defense, which again, not bad, but not great. So I really like the Seahawks on this one, especially playing at home in that playoff atmosphere. Playing at Lumen Field is a huge advantage, and I feel like it really showed in that Niners game. Though it was a blowout, there were definitely points where the stadium pulse went up for Brock Purdy and Mac Jones at some point in there. So I'm gonna be taking the Seahawks in this one, and I mean, hopefully that little girl doesn't jinx me. She also picked the Seahawks this week, so we'll see how that goes. But moving on to the AFC side, the Patriots will be rolling into Mile High after a very interesting win, we'll call it, over the Texans. In this Patriots-Texans game, CJ Stroud threw 4 interceptions in the first half. You're never going to win a game doing that. The Texans had 5 total turnovers. I will say this. This is not going to be like a CJ Stroud like excuses video, but he was playing. Reports came out. He was playing on a broken ankle. He hurt his hand in the middle of the game, and you're also without. I think it was 6 of your starters. You have no Titus Howard, no Trenton Brown. You have no Tank Dell, no Nico Collins, no Dalton Schultz, and obviously no Joe Mixon. But that really didn't. I don't know. There's a weird situation with that one. I don't know if I'd call that without your starter. But either way, you can make the argument of 5 to 6 starters not being in the game for this one, along with playing hurt. You're just never going to have a good game in that situation. So I don't entirely blame CJ Stroud, but at the same time, it was really bad. It was really bad by CJ Stroud. I mean, he had one ball where he just kind of threw it up and as like a prayer, and it ended up being a pick 6, which realistically could have cost them the game there. The score only ended with a 12-point differential, and I mean that's 7 points that you just gave up like that, and that drive would have still been alive if you just throw it away, and we could have been talking about an entirely different AFC Championship game if that play wasn't made. Now, that being said, Patriots, well done. I mean, Drake May, just like, he's so good for the game. And I really do hope he wins MVP just for the fact that I love watching him play. And this Milton Williams, I mean, what a great offseason signing by the Patriots. He is just destructive in the interior defensive line. He played amazing for both of these playoff games. He's just been absolutely outstanding. And Christian Gonzalez, he also played amazing. I mean, he was questionable coming into the game, and he ended up playing a very, very nice game against CJ Stroud. And this Patriots team, I think, has the chance to win the Super Bowl in Drake May's second season. Mike Vrabel should be, or is looking like he might be Coach of the Year. And I don't want to say should be because, again, if you remember from my past video, I did say Liam Cohen, in my opinion, should be Coach of the Year, but which I'm not saying Mike Vrabel shouldn't be Coach of the Year. I think he's done an amazing job with this team. Obviously, they're in the AFC Championship game. So the Patriots are coming off of that just amazing win off the Texans. I mean, I will say this, though. Drake May does need to take care of the ball. He had, I think it was like 4 fumbles. 2 of them got lost. So definitely just watch for that in this Broncos game, especially, again, against another good defense, which I will say, if Drake May does end up winning the Super Bowl, that means he will have beat in the playoffs after a quote-unquote cakewalk schedule. Actually, not quote-unquote. It was a cakewalk regular season schedule. Let's be real. But he would have gone against the Chargers defense, the Texans defense, the Broncos defense, and the Seahawks defense. If he wins the Super Bowl, then, I mean, I'm like, everyone has to shut up about the cakewalk schedule because the best team won the Super Bowl. I mean, that's how it is every year, or how it should be every year, and how it usually is every year. But you know what I mean. Like, even though they had that cakewalk regular season schedule, they were still the best team in the league. So, I mean, especially, and I feel like it really proves that if Drake May does end up beating all of these amazing defenses. Like, these are all like top 10 defenses. Like it's crazy that that this is the absolute gauntlet that he has to run through. Broncos fans, man. Dude, I feel so bad for y'all. I mean, like you beat Josh Allen and you got to enjoy it for what, 10 minutes? I mean, I'm not trying to diss Jarrett Stidham or anything, but he ain't Bo Nix. You know what I mean? Like you're going to that game with Bo Nix, you're feeling so much better about your chances of winning. And I will say though, Jarrett Stidham, as far as backup quarterbacks go, he's not the worst. He really isn't. I mean, I'm sure Broncos fans might have already done this just to see what they're going to see what they're going to be looking at under center in this coming week. He played really good in Oakland for his first start. That was really nice. I mean, he didn't play that much better afterwards, but his first start was really good in Oakland, or I say Oakland, and Las Vegas. And he was drafted to be Tom Brady's successor. He's a dual threat quarterback. He can move around the pocket. He can maneuver the pocket. So I think he is going to rush. He's definitely going to be using his legs a lot against this Patriots defense with this pass rush that they have, which I was hating on it at one point. Their pass rush. No, it's real with Milton Williams back. It's just scary, that Patriots defense. And I feel bad for Jarrett Stidham, if anything, because he's gonna take the heat of, oh well, he's not Bo Nix, and oh, Bo Nix would have won. Like if he loses, it's just gonna be, oh, Bo Nix would have won this game. So if Jarrett Stidham does lose, I'm gonna feel bad for him. But realistically speaking, I do think that the Broncos are gonna lose this one. This is going to be a lot closer of a game than most people are probably going to give it credit for. The Broncos still have a great team despite losing Bo Nix. Their run game is very solid. They have a good pass protection, and they have obviously an elite defense. And they have, I would say, above average weapons, wide receivers, tight ends, and the running backs. I would say above average, but and a really good O-line. So Jarrett Stidham has the tools. He can make something happen. So I think it's going to be a lot closer of a game than people are going to give it credit for. But I do have the Patriots pulling this one off. And my Super Bowl prediction, it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the matchups that are coming up this weekend. Sorry about the late upload on this one. Just been kind of busy with everything going on. But again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.